In this video, we are going to talk about 1.1 Objective 8, multiply and divide whole numbers. First one says multiply the following: 4 times 6 times 7 times 5, and it's just written as multiplication with parentheses like that. So let's go ahead and say 4 times 6 is 24. Just going to use my properties of multiplication that say that if there's all multiplication there, then I can multiply the first two numbers and then the next number times the next number and so on until I get to the end. 24 times 7, that's going to be 28. And then 14 and 2 is 16. So that's 168 times 5. 5 times 8 is 40. 30 plus 4 is 34. And 5 plus 3 is 8. And I get 840 for my first problem. And that one was like number 87 from the textbook. My second problem says 8 times 4 times 0 times 8. And if I have a string of numbers being multiplied and I multiply any of them, if 0 is a factor at all in this string of multiplication, then the answer is going to be 0. Let's go ahead and prove that to you. This is going to be 32 times 0 times 8 is going to be 0 times 8 is going to be 0. So it doesn't matter where the 0 is in the list of factors. If I'm multiplying by 0, the answer is going to be 0. So that one is like 1.1.89. Next one here asks us to multiply a 3-digit number times a 3-digit number. And they want us to use this method here. So 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 0 is 5, plus 1 is 1. 5 times 4 is 20. Now I'm done with my ones and I'm sliding over to my tens. And 0 times all that is 0. I'm sliding over now to my hundreds because I am done with my tens. So 3 times 2 is 6, because that 2 times that 300 is 600. 3 times 0 is 0. Crossing that out because I'm done with it. 3 times 4 is 12. And let's add 0, 1, 6, 2, 2, 1. So that's 122,610. That's it. And that one was like number 91, the textbook. And now we have another example, very similar. So I'm going to take 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 5 is 5. 0 in the ones place. 0 in the tens place. For everything there, come on over to the hundreds place. 8, 0, and then that's 20. 2, 0, 13, 0, 2, 201,302. And that one was like number 92 in the textbook. You can see they're very similar. They're right next to each other in the textbook. Now we have a problem. We haven't talked about scientific notation yet, but we're going to see what happens here when we multiply a big power of 10 or a big thing with lots of zeros on the end of it by another thing with lots of zeros on the end of it. So let's just show you what happens here. We kind of talked about it up here already. These first 3 zeros multiply to give me 0 for everything there. Then this 7 times those 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros are another 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. And then I have a 56 and put some commas in there for readability. And I should have 560 million. And that one is like 1.1 number 109. And we're going to end with a long division problem. So I'm going to write that one over here. 33 into 1551. So I'll just write this that this one is like 113. Myself plenty of space up there to write. So I'm going to estimate this to be about 30. And 30 is not going to go into 15, but it can go into 150 about 5 times. So let's try that. And this is going to be 15. And then 15 plus 1 is 16, and that's too big. So we're going to go down 1 from there. And we're going to try 4. As soon as that erases, I will do that. All right, so let's try 4 times 3 is 12. 12 plus 1 is 13. We're going to subtract. 5 minus 2 is 3. 5 minus 3 is 2. 23 is a bit smaller than 33, so we're in good shape. Bring down that 1. And then how many times? Here, I'm going to try 7 because 8 is too big. 8 times 30 would be 240. Also, I know that 7 times 3 is 21, so it makes sense that I need to end in a 1 there. 21 plus 2 is 23. Subtract, I get a remainder of 0, which is good. We would have to write the remainder over here if there was a remainder, or learn how to write it as a fraction, or keep going and writing it as a decimal. But we got a whole answer number, which tells us that 47 times 33 is 1551. So that one was our last one in this objective. So we'll come back next time and talk about objective 9 from 1.1. I'll see you for the next video.